Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 4 of 3 Men and a Mic. I am your host, Brannick, and I'm here with our not so new anymore faces, Michael and Finnegan. Um, we're in costume today. I'm a plague doctor, the famous plague doctor, I guess, and I will now remove the mask because that thing is hot and very sweaty. So I'm now Brannick with weird hair and a hood. But
Oh, you took off your.
I'm here with my boys tonight. So we got Gru and we got Finn, but with sunglasses.
Yeah.
How are we doing, guys?
Um, I'm doing good. I'm going to see from Stranger Things. Oh, frick. Um, the shades are off, but I forgot what I was in it. Oh yeah. As of right now, I only have the jacket and the shades. I have jeans and a spiky baseball bat. Don't know why I reached around my back like that. That was kind of weird. But yeah. Currently, we only got the shades.
Guys, you're never gonna believe it, but it's actually me.
Oh my
I
God.
dressed up as. You're never gonna believe this, but I'm dressed up as a penguin.
That's very
I
interesting.
hate to do this.
The Gru mask was just for aesthetic, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm going as a I'm being a penguin this year. You guys probably never would have been able to figure that one out.
No, I gotta be honest, it was a complete shock, really.
Yeah, me too. I was just like,
I know. I'm
I
like
hate
a
to do
man
this,
of
but
mystery.
I'm gonna put the shades
Absolutely.
back on because that light is really bright in my eyes. There's a light coming towards me.
And I'm gonna keep that Gru mask off because it is hard to breathe in.
I'll probably take the shades off at some point, but as of right now, we're gonna keep them on.
That's fine. I mean, like, as long as I know, like, my audio during the intro is probably muffled pretty badly, but that is
Oh yeah,
that is the way it be.
that's also why I didn't say anything while wearing the Gru mask because the audio is not gonna be great for that.
I also cannot see like anything except for my monitor
This mask is
Alright.
pretty cool.
and that light. So like everything else is just like pitch black around me. So like there could be a mouse. There feasibly could be.
It's strangely comfortable. Like, it doesn't like feel like bad like to wear. It just gets like the only air holes are these little ones like on the side here. So that means it gets, and then like the lenses get all fogged up, and that's the only way I can see. So I got like the worst vision in that thing of all time,
That's
and I
really
can't
fun.
breathe super well. But other than that, would recommend. And then the hat, of course, is like that's just classic, I guess. I don't know what I am now. I'm just a man with a robe and a hat.
You could be like Sinatra.
I'm Frank Sinatra, but with a
Frank
club.
Sinatra.
Fly me
And
to
this onesie is also strangely comfortable. I wonder why. But
This member's frick.
You never know.
yeah, this is a nice costume.
This
the-
members only jacket do be pretty nice though. My onesie is currently in the washing machine because I wore it tonight.
I should
Cool.
probably wash this soon.
What does that mean?
It means that in the near future it should be washed. Moving on.
Michael, aren't you
When
wearing
was
it
the last
tomorrow?
time it was washed, Michael?
Moving on. Anyway,
moving on.
Michael, aren't
let's
you
do drink of
wearing it tomorrow?
choice.
Personal, never mind. Drink of choice.
Drink
I'm
of
reaching for
choice.
mine.
I got mine right here.
What do we have, Finn?
I just have a water. It's in a Yeti though, which means it's fancy. I just had water like next to my bedside table because I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. and be really thirsty and then like die if I don't have water. So I have to put that there. And then I was like, frick, I need a drink for the podcast. So we just grabbed that and I'm gonna refill this later. Probably from water from my sink because I don't want to go all the way to the kitchen.
I went with the classic blue raspberry ice.
Oh,
Still not
Crazy.
sponsored.
I got a Kirkland signature purified water with minerals added for taste. It is 16.9 fluid ounces of bottled water, and the cap came off. Would you look at that? Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we have?
Like
We have some personal news.
Personal news.
Personal
Michael.
news.
All right, it is time for some personal news,
I think our
guys.
personal news might all be intertwined, or at least parts.
All right,
Maybe.
personal news, Finn. What do you got?
Frick.
What is
Okay, so
personally
I'm in a
in your
musical right now. It's real fun. I think it's Adams Family. I'm not going to say where it is because I probably won't.
You can't.
I can't. But I'm in that. Michael and Brennick, they're teching that. It's real fun. It's good to see them. Love to see it. And it's a fun time. We have fun. You would say. I get an apple shot at my head at one point. That was
Nice.
kind of scary. I
Love
get
to
lots of
see.
candy though.
Okay.
But continuing on.
Michael,
Oh, Halloween
Uh,
Sunday. That's also
what's personally
that's
new?
also-
I have some big personal news. So, on the day of recording this, believe it or not, but the new Ed Sheeran album came out today. Yeah.
That's dope. Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know
Will.
why.
Or
I
a
don't
friend
know
or
why
something.
I know that, but the new
Because
Ed
you bought
Sheeran
it
album.
like immediately.
Yeah, I spent $50 pre-purchase like 4 years in
Good job.
advance. Because you all know
4
that I'm a huge Ed Sheeran fan, just the biggest fan.
Just the largest of Ed Sheeran fans.
Just a huge, enormous fan. Big old fan.
Enormous. Big fan.
Well, personally, not much going on. I guess I'm doing all backstage stuff for Finn's old Adam family thing. That's what's going on this week. Closing
It
night is
is.
tomorrow, so you should come see it at the undisclosed location where it takes place.
You should
And
come see it at
also-
a place that you're not allowed to know.
And also, by the time that this video comes out, it will already be over.
Yeah,
Oh,
it did
yeah.
happen 2 days ago, so I'm sorry. You missed your shot. If only this was better. This is better news. But other than that, no, not really anything. Tomorrow is yesterday was Halloween, and tomorrow is not Halloween. Today is Friday, unfortunately.
Oh, it is.
Sunday is Halloween, and that is happy Halloween. I hope everyone had a great Halloween. I hope it was a good time. I know it's November 1st now, so this is just one day off, but you know,
I had a great Halloween, Rick.
I hope nobody got any razor blades in their candy or anything.
I hope nobody died because it was too scary.
Brannick, that was a
But-
one-time thing.
Sorry, it was a one-time thing. Death usually works that way.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Anyway.
at least 2 people. It
Let's
has
get
happened that way.
let's get some movie news up in here. Who's got the movie news?
Oh, I got
for-
all of that movie news for y'all.
Braden?
Braden, take it away.
Oh yeah, we should probably address real quick why
Thanks,
Braden
Braden.
isn't
That was a
here.
great personal movie news. Good job. Moving
Oh,
on
yeah,
here.
so we should probably address that. So Braden isn't here today. Moving on.
All right,
Trivia.
Trivia time.
Trivia.
I am your
Brannick, you
host
got some
of trivia, Brannick last name, and I am here I give the questions and then the answers at a later point. You will answer the questions if you want. You don't have to. No one has yet. You can be the first or the
Can
second.
we get a
or the
last
third.
name?
Nope. Last name reveal at 800
Oh.
subs.
That's
Oh,
a low.
shoot.
That's a low bar. We'll last name reveal for Brannick at 1 million subs by the end of the
Okay.
year. Let's go.
By the end of the year at 1 mil, I will reveal my last name, my school,
He will reveal the first character of his last name.
I will reveal the first three.
If we get 6 million before the end of the year, his brother will come on the podcast for a day.
Oh shoot!
For a
We could've
full
had-
day.
We could have had a
We'll
sub-
only-
we could have had a substitute Braden.
We'll only be on here for about an hour, but he'll be on the whole day.
Entire
Exactly.
day.
The 1 hour segment that we're on will be uploaded, and the other 23, he'll just be sitting there.
It's just gonna be sitting
We won't
there.
be on.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, trivia. I didn't write them down, but I remember what they were. I remember 2 of them. We'll start with those 2 and see if I remember the third one along the way. All right, guys. Question 1. Keep it in the back of your mind, the side of your mind, the top of your mind, wherever you want to keep it. But question 1. Are you ready? All right.
Let's go.
What country does Halloween originate from? All right.
Okay.
Next
Oh no,
question.
this one. That's so easy.
You don't answer. All right. What is the frick? How am I supposed to phrase this? What is the festival that became Halloween called from this particular country? That's not phrased very well. That's a bit of a toughie one. All right, and number 3. Where does the word Halloween come from?
Okay, Brennick, I know all of these answers.
But we
2
will
of
get
them-
to that later.
Wait.
We will
No,
get
can I
to
just
that
explain?
later.
Can I explain where I got them from?
Okay.
We can explain later during the
You can
answers.
explain later, yeah.
Rick, okay,
During-
remind me
during
to tell
trivia.
you, okay? Because
All right.
stay tuned for
All
that.
right.
That'll be fun.
All right, moving right along. Moving on to the main topic of discussion, which I believe is literally just Halloween. And oh God, guys, when did we start recording this?
Oh no.
11:20, I'll say. We'll be done at 11:25 or 12:25 just to be sure.
I feel like that's okay.
We were definitely not started by the last time I checked the clock was 11:18 and we had not started at that point. It doesn't matter. Guys, what you guys need? You got any plans for Halloween? You got any big things going on? Big events? I know the answer, but you can say it out loud.
Bro, haven't we discussed like we might come over to my house and like eat?
That is a possibility. I might do that.
Yeah, you should do that.
But yeah, I will either do that or I will wear the mask and like hand out candy at my uncle's house and probably scare
I'm gonna be at your uncle's house if you're not at my house.
All right.
And Brennan's uncle, hit me up.
Everyone here is also invited to my uncle's house at the undisclosed location where that is yesterday.
Nice.
Okay?
All 100 subscribers invited to his uncle's house.
111.
All 20 viewers of this episode are welcome to come.
Yeah. Our most loyal viewer is in Adam's family with me. Y'all know her.
They don't. They do not.
No, not y'all. Like y'all, you two. You guys have met her.
Oh.
She's seen every single one of our podcasts. She knows.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, we love to see it. Thank you.
We love to see it. But like,
and thank you all for watching this thing. This is like a lot of fun. This is a good like every 2-week thing, except the one time that it was a 3-week gap and then a 1-week gap. But now we're back to the 2-week gap.
We're back to 2 weeks. Yeah, it's like fun. It lets us keep up. It lets us like just do some random stuff. It's just a fun little shenanigan filled podcast.
You know, it's a good little thing to do. And I realize that this topic is not as it doesn't have the same longevity that I thought it would have. What are like some? Did anybody got any fun Halloween traditions? What do you guys do?
I do.
So
what do you
normally? Do? So obviously, like at a young age. Sorry, I kind of took over that, but that's how we're gonna have to do that. Anyways, at a young age, I would like trick or treat and all that. I'm sure we can all relate to that. But then once I hit 6th grade, I went to middle school and I was like, you know what? I'm done trick or treating. What I'm gonna do instead, I started dressing up as a scarecrow, right? And I would sit on my porch with a bowl of candy and I would sit very still. And then anytime that a kid would walk up, they'd like reach their hand in the bowl and I'd jump out and scare them. It was actually a lot of fun. And then I get to like keep all the candy left over that kids didn't take.
Because they were too scared, ran away.
That's why. Bro, this thing is weird looking, man. I don't know. I like it a lot. I'm gonna wear this to school. See what happens.
This thing is also weird looking, but
not gonna lie,
these things just kind of look like shades. That's really bright.
This thing is also
have
weird.
That lying around, Michael?
Who doesn't?
Bro,
Michael, you gotta tell me where you got that. Also, why are the eye slits like that?
Yeah, why are they not aligned?
That's where your eyes go. Where's my?
But why though? Like if they really wanted to do something like that, but like why couldn't they have just made it like in the eyes?
Because that would also look weird, but this does look weird as well. So we got to say this mask overall not the best idea.
You know what? The mask is going back on.
Just showcase what the audio would have sounded like if you kept it on the whole episode.
This is what I sound like with the mask.
Take it off. Awful. Also, Brannick, I had to create a PSA for school today as a plague doctor, and I just kind of made a poster because we could make a video, and I was like, "Can I make a poster?" And he was like, "My teacher was like, sure," and I was like, "Great."
That's fair.
So I just kind of uploaded some pictures and was just like, bada bing, bada boom.
All right, Finn. Do you have any exciting, interesting, intriguing, fun to talk about Halloween traditions that you like to do or your family likes to do? What do you do? Finn?
What do I do? So up until last year, I have gone trick or treating. This year, if y'all don't come over to my house and I don't go over to Brandon's uncle's house, I will still go trick or treating.
Nice.
But every Halloween, I cook dinner for my family. That's a newer tradition.
It's fun.
But I last year I made a bread bowl with cheesy sticks for legs and put marinara sauce in the middle, and it turned into a spider. And then I made jack-o'-lantern macaroni and cheese. It was really good.
Cool.
Nice. Brannick?
As for your boy, I guess the only really one that we have is that normally in my family we all dress up. I have three brothers, and we all like even my parents get on the act. We all pick a theme for each year, and we all have costumes like based on that. We're like medieval this year, and so I'm a flag doctor, and I think that's kind of funny. So last year we were Mario, or actually just video games in general. I think one of my brothers was Mega Man. I know one of my brothers was Mega Man, but the other one was
Link. He was Link.
yes, and then oh no, my youngest brother was Mario, of course. I was Luigi,
He
as
was
you can
Luigi.
expect. He is the best character. If you fight me on that, I will fight you on that.
Oh
We'll
shoot.
both be fighting.
It really depends on the game you're playing, but in most games, Luigi is not the best character. But this isn't a Mario podcast. Let's not get back into Mario. Let's talk about
A single game. Luigi is the best character you can pick.
Yeah,
3D
like,
World,
I mean,
if you're not a Luigi main, I don't want to talk to you. If you don't main Luigi in Super Mario 3D World, we cannot be friends, unfortunately.
if you
Peach is
don't
the
main,
best character in Super Mario 3D World.
if you don't
Peach is the
main,
second best.
if you don't main Luigi in Legend of Zelda: Breath in the Wild, I don't want to talk to you.
What are you even doing? I extend my respect to the Peach mains. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. If you main like Mario, it's like you're just like a boring person, you know.
Exactly.
You can
this is
judge
like-
it.
This is like Overwatch. Have you guys played that ever?
No.
No.
Bro,
Too busy
there's so many.
playing Luigi.
There are so many people. Like, there's like so many different characters that like you automatically can play as. That everyone has their own main, and every single person in that main, like, just like has their own reason that they're mentally ill. Because everyone just cares slightly too much about their main. But there's one character that if you play, I swear to God, you're so basic. Ah!
Which one?
There's multiple actually. Hate to tell you, there's lots, but like one that I see a heck ton because they're like stupidly overpowered. They might have gone down. I haven't played in a while, but is like Diva. She's like a girl who has she basically has two lives because she's in like a giant mech, but then you can blow up her mech, but then she's like still alive. And then when she's like the second life, she's like hard to hit because she's like this skinny. So it's just like, stop.
All right.
That's my experience.
Well-
I'm also really bad at the game, so that's why she's so hard to hit.
Yeah, but I mean, like the whole main thing, that's all well and good, but sometimes I gotta say I do have my favorites. I think like my first choice for 3D World will probably always be Luigi or Peach, or Rosalina is not bad, but like
Rosalina, you gotta like
Mario
unlock
Kart.
at the end.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8, I gotta say, I always played Luigi, and normally it's like I'm the eldest in my family. It's normally like, oh, the younger brother gets Luigi. But I was at a friend's house for the first time I ever played that game on his Wii U, which is weird that another human being owned a Wii U, which I don't, but he did. And then so he was Mario, and then I was Luigi, and that is how my Luigi obsession started. That's a little fun fact.
Real quick, what is the best Nintendo console?
The Wii U. You can fight me. As
Wait, which one's the
nostalgia,
Wii
that
U?
is, I am the most biased, nostalgia, crippled person to say that, but I gotta say my favorite is definitely the Wii U. That I guess I have only experienced Nintendo systems I've had have been the Wii U, 3DS, and Switch, and we also found an old N64, but I don't think I've actually played it.
Wait, you have a Switch? Wait, you have
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
answer.
friends
Don't
on
answer.
Switch.
We're friends on Switch. Never mind. Forgot about that. In my opinion, it is I've only had two, so like I'm pretty biased. Here's the thing. I have really good memories with my Wii.
The Wii is pretty great.
I love the Wii so much, but like, here's the thing. It's like, what's a good example?
For what?
It's like, okay. The thing about it is I've had the Wii and the Switch. The Wii is awesome, right? The Wii is really fun. The Switch was my first ever like new video game console. I bought it with my own money. It was like a whole thing. I had a hard time finding it because it was at the beginning of COVID. Everyone was like, I need a Switch. So like I have a bunch of nostalgia for the Wii. I really like the Wii, but the thing is, I just enjoy. I have like close to like 6,000 hours on my Switch, but it might not be too much. I don't really know, but
I don't know. That's a lot. I think the most I think I have like 200 hours in Animal Crossing, and that's the most. That's the most.
I have 450.
All right. But yeah, I mean, like, I think it's purely nostalgia driven, but I like have such fond memories of like waking up early on the weekends and like creeping down the stairs to go play Mario Kart on the Wii U. And those are like that is like one of the only reasons that I probably would consider Mario Kart 8 my favorite game of all time. It's purely nostalgia, but I that game bangs, man. Even on the Wii U, it had a bad battle, but it's a good game. That's man,
my
I gotta
favorite
go.
game
I gotta
of
go
all
play Mario
time.
Kart.
Favorite game of all time. That's hard.
Oh shoot, I have like 3. I said Mario Kart was my favorite, but like that I go back and forth between like 3 all the time.
The most I've really enjoyed. I really liked Breath of the Wild. It took me like so long to finish it because I was like, I'm gonna die if I go to Ganon now. When I had like the like fancy sword and like all the best armor, I was like, no, I need like 70 million Guardian arrows. So like it took me like 6 years. 6 years is a lot of time. Like 2 days, not 2 days, 2 months, 3 months. I don't really know. No, it's definitely longer than 3 months. Took me a good while.
It took you a while.
Took me a long while. But sorry. I enjoy that one. Another one I really like is I Expect You to Die on the Oculus Quest. It is just like really good. I really enjoyed that. I just recently beat that one. That's a fun one. And then there's one more. Sprock. This one more from nostalgia reasons like Brannick, but like Skylanders, any of them.
Classic.
Bro, Skylanders was so fun. I was so obsessed.
I never got around to those.
How do we always? It's funny. We always start with like a topic, and then it ends up going back to Nintendo.
Yep.
It's unintentional, Michael.
I know.
Don't you?
I
think my 3 in the order fluctuates all the time. I play Star Wars Battlefront 2 a lot because I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm very impressed with the work they did to turn that game around because I wasn't there at launch, but I hear it was awful. And like it's like a legitimately like competent game now. They completely abandoned it, but like it's a good one. I guess Mario Kart 8's up there and probably Super Mario Galaxy. Those are my 3. I just lump them in as those are my 3 number ones because I can never pick. Michael, what about you?
What about you, silly goose?
I don't know. Like, this is I like. I don't know. My favorite video game is hard to decide, but up there, the one that I would have said a while ago, and this one, I'm sure people have heard of it, but like, I'm obviously people have heard of it, but it's probably not as like famous as like any of the Mario games or anything. But for a while, I would have said Batman Arkham Knight. If you guys know that game.
I do.
That's a fairly popular one, yeah.
No, but like
not many people know it.
No, I've never heard anyone talk about it, so I don't know.
What?
Maybe it's just bad.
Never heard.
No, but like even if it was a bad game, people would still be talking about it.
You've never heard anyone talk about it.
No, people don't talk about it.
Zero. Yeah. You've never heard anyone.
Finn, how often do you have a conversation like, so have you guys played Batman Arkham Knight?
Like, not too often. I haven't even played it, but like I know a lot about the game.
The Batman Arkham series is fairly famous, but Batman Arkham Knight is not talked about that much.
Right. But like for some reason I watched a bunch of okay, so like I'm still really trying to get a PS5. It's not like I need it happen. I need it. I have the money. My parent this has been a bunch of years in the making. Like ever since it came out, I was like, I need that. And then like for Christmas, my parents were like, yeah, you can get that. And I was like, frick, I can't find one anywhere. So as soon as I get that, there's this one game that's coming out. What's it called? It's like a Batman one. Shoot. It's a Batman one. I'll figure out what it's called in a sec. But
I
was watching a video about that game. What's it called? Oh, Gotham Knights. That's what it was called. But I was watching it and it talked a lot about the Arkham series. That's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it talked a bunch about like each and every one of those games and like broke it down and like how like this will like compare to this game. So like I learned about it.
I could make like a whole YouTube video just breaking down that series, because like I played those games in like the opposite order. So I played Batman Arkham Knight, then Batman Arkham City, then Batman Arkham Asylum, and I didn't finish Batman Arkham Origins because it was created by a different company and it doesn't count because that game is bad. But like, I don't know. The whole like I just like unless I like go out of my way to like search for videos about that, I don't hear people talking about it much online. I know like at the time that it came out, it was fairly famous, but like nowadays, if anyone like people don't I don't hear much about it.
Back to Halloween.
Oh yeah, I actually have a Halloween based question.
Oh,
So
hit us with it.
what are your guys' favorite Halloween movies? That doesn't necessarily just mean like horror movies, but just like Halloween
I have a great
movies.
answer to this one.
Like movies that you watch at Halloween. So it could still be horror movies, but it doesn't necessarily need to be.
Michael,
Finn,
call me.
what's your answer?
So the Winnie the Pooh Halloween special. I watched it every year when I was a child until age 6. I didn't discover it again until last year, and I cried while watching it. Because I remembered every scene and what was going to happen next. And at the end, when Rue gets trapped in the tree, it was too much.
Spoiler warning.
Whoa.
Frick, sorry.
Whoa. You can't
spoil the Winnie the Pooh movie.
That ain't allowed.
Not just the Winnie the Pooh movie, the Winnie the Pooh Halloween special. Get it right.
Sorry.
And when Rue does the thing at the end, I started crying because I remembered it happening, and I was so scared of it as a child that I was so scared that it would happen to me, and I just got really I got really emotional.
That's epic.
#lit epic.
We like to have fun, but
we do.
And like Halloween movies. I mean, I don't really like. I know like everyone like so like a lot of people have like their every year I'm really excited for the Halloween season. I put in like the original John Carpenter movie and I watch that one every Halloween. And I just don't have like a movie like that. I watch Ghostbusters sometimes, and like
I have to be honest with you, I've only seen Ghostbusters once.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. I've never seen Ghostbusters.
Nice. I've seen
Michael. If you come over to my house on Halloween, we're watching Ghostbusters.
Good to know. I'll make sure to avoid your house. I'm kidding.
Or we could watch like a horror.
I just.
We could watch it.
I'd be down to watch a horror movie, but we can decide that later.
Continue.
I like to watch Ghostbusters sometimes. What about you guys, Michael?
I don't like. I know I asked a question, so you probably think that I'd have an answer, but I don't. So like,
oh shoot.
I don't know, because like most of the time I would just go out and like I'd go out trick or treating, and then if it was ever on a like school night, then I would just go to bed afterwards. I don't know if I've really watched many movies around Halloween. I mean, like, I guess like it would be fun to get into like the habit of on Halloween watching like horror movies and stuff. Just like getting some friends together, watching horror movies. Would you guys be down to do that?
I'm down.
We can't make plans on the podcast. This is not...
Continuing on.
While we're talking about horror movies, what are your guys? I know we kind of did this last episode, but it kind of went off the rails. So what are you guys' favorite horror movies?
I have only seen Dead Meat, and Brayden got really mad at me last time. Brayden, it's like I'm not allowed to watch them as of right now. That's as close as I can get. But like out of like all the like breakdowns or whatever, it has to take the cake because Finn Wolfhard. But also like I know the people in Doctor Sleep, but I don't think I can say Doctor Sleep is my favorite horror movie, so I'm not going to.
Doctor Sleep gets a really bad rap. I in my review of it, I still think I was too mean to it. I watched it again like a couple months ago. Not a couple months ago, man. A couple weeks ago. And
Gosh darn it, Brannick.
it's a good one. Michael, what's your favorite horror movie? Doctor Sleep isn't mine, but I'm just asking what Michael's is.
So I don't know. I've seen a lot of most of the horror movies I've seen are not like those mainstream ones that like everyone has seen. Like a lot of them have been like you go on Netflix, you look on the horror movie category, and then it's one of those random, like, I don't even know what those are. But out of like the ones that like the one that I probably remember the best is Halloween 2016. Last time when I said 2018, I learned I was wrong. But
That's
Halloween
fine.
2016 is probably up there. I know I like briefly mentioned this last time. Is it 2018?
Yeah.
Well, I messed up again.
I'm taking
So,
these shades off.
wow, that was. Anyways, Halloween 2018. We can cut that out. We won't cut that out.
Okay.
So yeah, I know I briefly mentioned Halloween 2018 last time, but like I didn't really get to talk about it much. So like I don't know. I ended up I think I watched that the first time with some friends, and it was just like a fun movie to watch with people. I don't think it was for like a necessarily like, anything specific. That we were just like hanging out and we watched that movie. But
Remember that
yeah,
time you
it's
guys watched The Shining without me?
Yeah.
yep.
Speaking of The Shining, that is my favorite horror movie.
I did it.
That's probably my
I did it
favorite.
again. I keep spoiling. We keep spoiling Brennick getting to talk about The Shining. Continue, Brennick.
Yeah, it's literally happened 2
About
times.
The Shining.
But anyway, that's gotta take the cake for me. I guess by this point, the big thing dropped yesterday, so I guess it's no secret anymore that I like that movie quite a bit. But yeah, that's it's a really good one. And Michael, like you're saying, like your favorite horror movie doesn't have to be like mainstream. Like I feel like
Wait,
it's
Brannick, what?
it's more interesting when like a horror movie that's like less well known is like your favorite. It makes it more.
I
Makes it
mean
more.
like I know, but that's just the one that I like remember the best. Like I could
That's fair.
probably tell you the most about. There are two though that I could talk about that aren't necessarily my favorite, but one of them is good. The other one is not very good. But I watched it at a young age and it scarred me for like a week. So
What are they?
those two movies, the one that's like good is a movie called Lights Out. I don't want to make the mistake of saying that people haven't heard of that. So have you guys heard of that before?
I don't think so.
All right, so that's one that is fairly not as well known, unlike Batman Arkham Knight apparently. But but yeah, so Lights Out, that's a movie about like this one girl like dies at like a young age or something, and then she comes back to like haunt this family, but the demon or whatever she is can only like exist in the dark. So when the lights turn on, it like disappears. So she can only attack them like while in the dark. So it makes for some pretty good jump scares where like they turn on the dark and she just like appears. It's a pretty good movie. There are a couple scenes that are like, not the best type, not like the best horror, but it's overall a pretty good movie. The other one though is a movie called Truth or Dare, and you're probably thinking that it's that 2018 one, and it's not. I haven't seen the recent one. I've heard it's pretty bad. But the one that I'm talking about, I think it's from 2015.
Whoa.
It either is
Whoa.
or was on Netflix. And I watched it at a young age, and
Oh
it
shit.
scarred me for like a week because it was just very gory. But yeah, the whole plot of that movie is like this group of friends, like start a game of Truth or Dare, and they have to finish it or they'll like die or something. And yeah, it made for a lot of gore.
That's an interesting concept. I like it when
Yeah.
movies have interesting concepts, but then they have failed executions. Because I've heard those movies didn't turn out so hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it was like a great movie or anything, but
What do you,
that's like
Michael?
that's like the first horror movie that I remember watching.
Oh shoot! First horror. The first horror movie I watched was Halloween of 2019, and we watched Sleepy Hollow, the one with Johnny Depp and Christopher Lee, who was in like one scene. And that movie was not very scary, but I think it was pretty good. There was one moment that I was actually like, oh shoot. And that was the moment where the headless horseman is like in the house, and then there's I'm just gonna spoil it. I'm sorry, guys.
Wait.
There's a
What
kid
movie
on
were we talking about? I missed.
Sleepy Hollow. There's a kid
Gotcha.
under the floorboards of like this little it takes place in the 1700s, which is always like, ooh, it's the 1700s. And then so there's like they're in like this like wooden shack, and so like the kids under like the creaky 1700s floorboards, as you can see like through the cracks of the light, like the shadow of the headless horseman kind of like moving closer. So that was like a really good. That was a suspenseful scene. That was cool. The rest of the movie was fine. And then after that, I didn't watch another horror movie until like this summer when I watched The Shining. I watched Fear Street. I watched Halloween, the 1978 one, like last week, and I also watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre a couple months ago. I watched Doctor Sleep. I've been getting really into horror movies, but yeah, it's a fun genre. Like, it's good. I would recommend horror to a friend. You know, like those suggestions that the end of the survey that says, how likely are you to recommend Windows 10 to a friend? You know, you're like, hey buddy, let me tell you about this wacky software I found.
Here's the thing. When you said Sleepy Hollow, I non-jokingly thought you were talking about The Adventures of Ichabod Crane and Mr. Toad.
Not that. That one.
That one is pretty scary, I heard.
That one is horrible.
That one messed me up.
That one really.
The Disney movie.
Michael, didn't we watch that together? Like on a call?
We watched like the Mr. Toad thing together, but I think we skipped. We didn't get to the headless horseman part.
Frick. I have to tell you, I was too scared and didn't finish Sleepy.
We just watched the Toad one.
We just watched the one about
that's all we needed to watch.
That really just like that was too much for me.
Exact same.
I have to say, also my spooky outfit. My spooky outfit's still on. My spooky attire has gone because we started talking about horror movies, and then I got scared and I had to turn on some lights.
Too spooky. No, truth or dare. Oh no, there's gonna be a truth around the corner when I go to bed tonight.
Oh, but like actually though, when we watched that movie, it was funny because afterwards, so like I was with like a group of friends again while watching that, and it was either like later that night or like the next night. We all got into like this hot tub. We were all in this hot tub, and someone was like, "Let's play truth or dare," and all of us were just like, "No." It was pretty funny.
Michael, why was it your hot tub or was it another hot tub? Because I know you have a hot tub.
It was my hot tub.
Oh shoot! It was Michael's hot tub, guys.
They found a hot tub.
We broke into a backyard and was like, "Oh, hot tub."
Yeah, we were planning on just like passing through, but they did have a hot tub. So
they were going to that one neighbor of Michael's who's friends with Brannick's hot tub.
I don't have a hot tub.
No, the one neighbor of Michael, friends with Brannick. No, goes to school with Brannick.
He is a hot tub.
Oh.
They know who I'm talking
now,
about. You guys.
Finn, I know you haven't. I know you said you haven't seen many horror movies, but have you seen any?
I'm trying to think. I probably have.
I thought you said you like legally watched it one time.
Oh, I've seen like 90% of it. I haven't like seen all of it, and
That's close enough. That's almost 100.
It's almost 100.
That's like 10% away, and by that math, you're almost there.
Yeah, man. I haven't gone on to Amazon and was like, let's watch it. I was like in the dressing room with this one kid who really liked it, like in a play I was in. And then like every day he would show me a different video clip. But like he watched them in order for some reason. and like by the end, I'm pretty sure I've seen quite a good bit of it.
Finn is reaching here.
Finn's like, well, I haven't necessarily seen the movie, but one time I was on YouTube and I saw this poster for the movie.
Oh my god, I was about to make the same joke. I saw the poster for it.
And I get what's going on.
I kind of.
I watched the trailer. I think I know the plot. There's like a clown or something.
The other day in class, we were like learning about like how to like change the tone of something just by like changing connotation of the word, like the word's connotation, like cult and like small religion. But like she like pulled up a picture of Pennywise and then just started describing this like cheerful clown that was like crying. I was like, girl, that's literally scarier.
Yeah, thinking of like Pennywise is just like the happy clown that's fun to have around kids. That makes the movie a little darker.
He loves kids. I will say that much.
Bro,
Pennywise the birthday clown.
Bro, you guys stop, or else I'm legit getting scared.
Putting it, don't look behind you, because there is a wall.
And there's a wall behind you.
Oh,
bro, Finn's getting
there's
like
a hand from the wall.
We're talking about Pennywise the birthday clown, and Finn is shaking.
I'm actually getting scared.
Guys, it's not that scary, guys. Guys, it's not that scary.
Michael, edit in a like a royalty free like wolf howl like that.
Here, I got you.
Everybody quiet.
That's gonna
Thank
do.
you, Michael, for doing that.
Yeah, that was edited in, and it wasn't just Finn making that sound.
Perfect. We love to see it.
Michael,
what else?
Can you just like edit in like a picture of a wolf over my face, please? Thanks, you're a patient.
It's definitely a possibility. It probably won't happen. Let's move on.
Guys, if it did happen, please type like ultimate Michael hype in the comments.
Did not happen. Michael, don't do it now.
I'm not gonna do it. Frantic, what were you saying?
I have like a funny Halloween story that I just kind of thought of.
Oh shoot! I'm dying.
That's funny.
Yeah, we can continue now. Funny. That was the story, but one of the years, it was like it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It had to be longer than I know. But anyway, we went trick-or-treating with our cousins, and after then we we dumped out our hall like into little. We sat at the dining room table, and we all like gathered around, emptied our bags, and just like had our piles of candy in front of us, and then we just started like a mad trading game.
Oh, me and my sister do that every year.
Where there's a whole economy to it though. Like M&Ms were the most common that year, so M&Ms were worth nothing. If someone offers you like Swedish fish in exchange, and they're like, "Hey, give me like 1 M&Ms," you better take that. But if someone says they'll give you 1 M&M like packet for Swedish fish, turn that down. You can get M&Ms from anywhere. You probably already have 6. You got to be smart with your like trading strategies to get the optimal haul and the most cardiac arrest. That is the goal. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun thing. And then the adults are like, "Guys, we're going home now." I was ready to keep going. I was ready to get the perfect stash. I just had one too many almond joys. I was trying to get rid of them, but I forgot that no one likes almond joys. So like I got stuck with mine.
If you like almond joys, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, if you are a Mario main or an almond joy main, I'm gonna have to say we cannot be friends.
Almond joys are like the perfect like C tier candy. They're not terrible, but like if you have one in your like your stash, you're like,
wait,
should have gotten like a Kit Kat.
Wait, really quick.
Like I'll eat it, but like it's an almond joy.
I'll eat it, but I won't be happy.
Guys, do you like Butterfingers, or is that similar to almond joys in your opinion?
They're like
Butterfingers are like B tier, maybe like high C plus.
Honestly,
they're better than.
They're better than almond joy, but they don't make it all the way to B for me.
Yeah, I gotta say, like I used to like be big on like Skittles and all that, but like honestly, like at this point in time, literally just like chocolate's pretty good. Just great chocolate.
Wait,
like
guys,
Hershey's?
what's your favorite candy bar?
Candy bar. I mean, like I like M&Ms a lot. So just candy in general, M&Ms are pretty good. They're like perfect. They're like Hershey bar. Like I still like Skittles. Don't get me wrong, but like Hershey bar, M&Ms, Swedish Fish they do bang. I gotta say.
Bro, I
also
know.
like
My
Dot.
sister the other day was complaining about how much she dislikes Swedish Fish.
What the heck? They're from Sweden.
I
don't
know.
know. Swedish Fish are like they're okay. They're not my favorite candy.
Wow.
I'll eat them, but I will not enjoy them.
Do you know how on like this might just be a me thing, but do you know how like do you guys on like plane rides you'll get like gum or something so that like when your ears pop you just like chew on the gum? Do you guys do that?
I don't do that, but like I've heard of that. I know people do that.
So instead of gum, I'll just get Swedish Fish, and then I'll just like say my ears are popped the entire time. This is a real thing I do. You can ask my parents. But like it works effectively because like I just get to eat a bunch of Swedish Fish at like 6 in the morning because that's usually when I fly out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun time. But like for me, it's either a Kit Kat or a Swedish Fish.
Ooh, Kit Kat. Kit Kat
Kat's
is up there. That's like A tier, A to S tier. It's really good.
Honestly, for me, Kit Kat's S tier.
But for me, I don't know. Actually, like Halloween candy, if we're going off of that, I'd probably say Reese's, because like it's always like that. That's like the jackpot. You look in your bag and you're just like, nice, I got a Reese's. That's like S tier.
They're an A tier. I'm fine with Reese's.
Yeah, for me,
I would put
Reese's
it in
is like
S
an A tier. Do you know what?
I think everyone always sleeps like everyone forgets that Twix are very solid.
Oh
Twix are good.
They're good.
I'd put it like B plus to A tier.
For me, it's like Twix are like medium A tier. Do you know what everyone likes for some reason that I just don't?
What?
And like I will still like it's like a high B tier for me, but it's just like I don't love it. Is a Snickers bar.
I kind of feel this like Snickers are good, but I feel like they're also overrated.
Yeah, for
people
me,
are
it's
like,
a
oh,
high.
Snickers,
It's like a high B tier.
Yeah, everyone's all like, oh, Snickers is like the best candy, but like it's not. They're good, don't get me wrong, but they're not the best.
Yeah. For me, like S tier consists of Swedish Fish, Twix, or not Twix, Kit Kat definitely. That might be it, unless you get like something that is like shaped at like Shrek's head, or those like candies you can get at like Easter time that are like the giant chocolate bunnies. That gotta go in S tier for some reason. They just they hit harder.
Wrong episode.
That's not like a Halloween candy.
Okay, but do you know what's something I really like? Reese's. Like that's a good medium A tier.
That's what I said. Reese's are the best.
I know. Reese's are like a medium A tier for me, but like Reese's Pieces are like a low B tier.
Reese's Pieces are not like no. Skittles and M&Ms are both better than Reese's Pieces.
I mean, correct, but I mean, like Reese's Pieces are like on the same level. It's first of all, it's Reese's Pieces because that is exactly how my mom says it, which is me. That's I grew up saying it. So anyway, it's Reese's Pieces, and that is they're better. They're just as good as Reese's Cups. It's too late for me to say.
No
Reese's.
way.
No,
they're nowhere near Reese's Cups.
Because Reese's Cups, they have more of a chocolate. Like the Reese's Pieces, they're like peanut butter and then like a teeny bit. Like the Reese's Cups, they got the perfect blend of chocolate and to peanut butter ratio.
I would honestly put Reese's Pieces like low down on the list. Like, I don't like Reese's Pieces that much, especially compared to like a Reese's Cup.
Ooh, you know what?
At some point, we gotta like make a YouTube video that's like Halloween candy tier list.
Michael, I was just thinking about this. Just thinking about that. Do you know what's another thing? It's something like 100. It's like
100 grand.
Yes.
Those are pretty
good.
Do
you know what's a really underrated candy bar? Another one. Another one I'd put at S tier is a whatchamacallit. Do you guys know what that is, or do I need to summarize the candy?
I don't know if I've had a whatchamacallit. Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Okay, so this year, no matter even if we don't like actually hang out on Halloween, I'm gonna give you whatchamacallit because they're so good. But they're like they're these guys. Don't know if you can see that.
I don't know if I've had one of those before.
But
I don't think I've seen that before.
basically, it is a mix of caramel, nougat, chocolate, maybe peanut butter. Don't quote me on that, but there might be some peanut butter in there. But it's really good. It's like a Twix, but like on another level. It's like if a Twix, a Kit Kat had a baby.
Okay.
That sounds pretty good.
No candy to do that.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's like, I mean, if fish can, so can candy, you know?
I'm trying to think of like other Halloween stories because like what else can we talk about, man? There's like we got like 5 minutes before I'm gonna like get to them trivia answers. So
oh shoot. What is your guys' favorite costume you've ever worn on Halloween?
That's a really good question.
I was actually thinking about that earlier, like before we started the podcast. And I was thinking I couldn't remember like any. So I might go with like the scarecrow costume because those are like the most recent memory. Like those are the ones I know I've been like Superman one year, but I wouldn't say that's my favorite costume. But the scarecrow costume was fun because of the memories that come with it and like the fun experience that I had with it. But I don't know. So I'll probably, for now, I'll say that, but the answer could change if I think of something else.
Okay, Brannick, how about you? Or do I need to go first?
I've worn a lot of costumes over the years. I was a couple years back. I was Kylo Ren, and that was a really, really cool costume.
That's
it was
fun.
like, that was dope, man. That was one of my favorite years because I really liked. That was back when like that was the era of The Force Awakens just came out. This new trilogy is looking good before The Rise of Skywalker came out and made everyone sad. And then, so like at that point, I was like, yes, I'm Kylo Ren. Because Kylo Ren, well, even with The Rise of Skywalker, Kylo Ren is still a banger of a character, and I love him. And I was Kylo Ren. It was cool, man. What else? I was a plague doctor one year. That was pretty cool.
Was that this year?
It was, yeah. The plague doctor on the podcast is Brannick wearing a robe and hat.
Shoot, you're right.
No.
So I really enjoyed when you were you Venkman?
Oh yes, I was Venkman from Ghostbusters one year, and my hair was all that was cool.
I think I might have to go with frick. I had two things. So my mom's friend is an artist for horror movies, and she like, or not an artist, but like a makeup artist for horror movies, and like designs monsters like faces and stuff. So she came in and she did my makeup as if I was Marshmallow, the giant snow monster from Frozen.
Oh, that's cool.
That was fun. And then another year I went as Beetlejuice, and I just got this really big elaborate costume, and it was very fun. And I also got more makeup done.
That is also fun.
Those were fun. And then last year I just put on a jacket that had one of the arms was like the Winter Soldier's arm. And a bunch of pretty girls complimented it. So that's where I got that more.
Okay. All right, Finn. Calm down.
Gotta go with that.
Man, I'm like thinking of other costumes I've worn. The Ghostbusters one I completely forgot about, and that was fun. I actually hated being Luigi because I absolutely hate wearing those like adhesive mustaches.
Oh,
they're terrible.
Oh yeah, just so like one thing
I was a shaved.
Sorry,
I just did not wear a mustache. I shaved it off. So.
But yeah, Luigi. One thing I've realized is that any costume that you choose, like, don't choose a costume with a mask because after a while, you're gonna like spit in it or something, and then like your mask is gonna be the mouth is gonna be all wet, and then it's gonna get cold, and it's gonna stick to your face, and it's gonna be so uncomfortable. And it's just so much better if you don't have a mask.
Simply don't do it.
Dang
like
it, I messed up.
I have vivid memories. I forget what costume. I might have been like the Grim Reaper or something some year. I forget exactly what the costume was, but I just remember a couple of different years I've like had a mask, and it just gets very uncomfortable very quickly.
I will say another really cool costume I had was in like second grade, and I was just a vampire, and like my mom gave me like this like she like put on this like all this white makeup and like she did lipstick, so it looked like there was like blood on my lips and stuff.
Oh, that's
That was
cool.
That's so
that
cool.
was a dope feeling.
I
I was
just-
like,
I just remembered, I just remembered another one. This was also second grade. When I was in second grade, I went as Joker, like the original Joker, like from like the comics. So like I had this big elaborate costume, like not again big elaborate. It's not. It wasn't actually that big elaborate, but it was like fun and was cool. But I liked that costume so much because my friend Ephraim went with me, and Ephraim is the coolest gentleman. If he is watching this, if Ephraim ever stumbles upon this, Ephraim, you are still my best. Like Ephraim, I love you, man.
me and
Well,
But
the thing about the vampire costume year was that was such a cool costume to wear, but that was one of the worst Halloweens ever because it was like pouring down rain that year, and so we were like, okay, well the mall does trick or treating, so we can do it there. But half like they went from like store to store. Some of them went out hand out candy, but like a lot of them were handing out just coupons, and that's pretty dope, I must say. But
yeah,
if
but like
anyone
as a kid, you don't care about. That's like a second grader. You're like, you don't care about coupons.
exactly. Anyone else have
another reason the Winter Soldier one was fun, was since it was like coronavirus and stuff. My grandfather had us all over to his house, and we stood in the kitchen, and then we went to each room in his house, knocked on the door, and he changed into a different costume and opened it with a bag of candy. And each time it was a different bag of candy. So like he had like my grandfather, he owns a fairly large house. So like he had like a bunch of costumes planned. It was every room. Like we were going upstairs, downstairs, every which direction to just get as much candy as possible. And I went with like all my cousins, and like one of my cousins is 3. So at one point I picked him up and I used him as my candy bag. It was very silly, goofy. I just had my grandfather dump the candy bag onto his stomach, and I was like, "Let's go, Henry."
I remember a couple of years ago, my family held like it was like a fall/Halloween party. So it was kind of a mix up in between. But we have this like old wooden trailer that we hook up to our riding mower. It's like, and I say old wooden trailer, I mean it's like when like my mom and her cousin, my aunt, were like kids, they did the same thing that we're now doing, and where we just put some hay bales on the back and we do like a hay ride across our yard, and I think it's kind of cool. But like, so the big surprise was that all them grown-ups were gonna put on spooky masks and hide in different spots along like the little ride that we're going to. So that would have been really, really surprising if not for the fact that you're clearly watching like like cousin Tom walk with a mask in one hand and a beer in the other, and just like go by a pile of logs at the back of the yard, and you're like, something is up here. And then it's like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen when I get on this tractor. And when I watch at the pile of logs, sure enough, there he is. And he's boo.
Brandon, can I please meet cousin Tom?
It was fun.
Cousin Tom, if you're watching this, hit me.
Yeah.
You
But
know
also,
my number.
all the grown-ups went on the hayride, and they went over like a particularly muddy patch of grass, and they waded down, and the tractor got stuck. So that was a fun ride. But yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good experience.
Does anyone else have any closing remarks? Because we are about at time here. Anybody got any
trivia?
Yeah, I think we should just. I don't think I have any. I think we should just get to the trivia.
My only closing remark is just happy Halloween. I was about to say happy birthday, happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. Trivia time.
All right, let's play. This is the new game aside from trivia, which is let's see if Brandon can remember the trivia questions. Okay, question 1, guys. We'll go around. This is your time to check your answers and see if you got them right, because I know every single person commented down below exactly what they were thinking. Do it. If you haven't, this is your last chance. I don't remember the questions, but you should. All right, Michael. Which country did Halloween originate from?
Okay. So in Spanish class, we were learning about the Day of the Dead. as well as Ireland, or as well as Halloween. I kind of gave away my answer, but I'm gonna say Ireland because I
too
think
am gonna say Ireland. Frick, I just interrupted Michael's turn. Go.
Yeah,
I think that was a part of their culture.
it
So
is
what's the
Ireland.
answer?
The answer is Ireland. But
Let's
now
go.
Let's
here's
go.
here's the harder question. What was the Irish festival that became modern day Halloween? What was it? They didn't call it Halloween.
Is it like the end of Harvest Festival?
It has a name, yeah, but that is it's the winter is starting now festival.
Yeah,
I mean, I
couldn't
know
tell you.
I know like what it is. I don't know the name though. I did get the end of Harvest, but what is the name for the festival?
If any, you got a guess?
I'm just gonna say All Hallows Eve.
I'll say Oktoberfest.
All right, classic German festival that is held every September. It is spelled Samhan, and it's pronounced Samhain, if I can speak Gaelic.
I would not have gotten that.
That's the hardest one, but yes, that is your brief little lesson there. That's the thing. All right, it's time for the where does the name Halloween come from, Michael?
Halloween. Oh.
So I know
this is gonna be a wild. Well, not like wild, because they did have something to do with this, I think. But I'm gonna say like the Aztecs, that like whole civilization. I know they were like involved with the history of Halloween, or like the Day of the Dead and all that. So
separate thing, but
I know it's a separate holiday, but it's around the same time, and they do kind of like there is similarities between them.
I guess. Finnegan, what you got?
So I know it started as one thing, and then kind of like morphed into All Hallows Eve, and then turned into Halloween. So I'm gonna go with All Hallows Eve and see if I get it right.
It is the evening before All Saints Day, also called All Hallows Day, and yes, the answer is All Hallows.
I thought you meant who did it come from?
I was right. I got more answers correct. Brannick, do you want to know where I got my information from?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Where'd you get this?
Carmen Sandiego, the old one, not the new one on Netflix.
Oh.
They had a Halloween episode, and I had a DVD of like all the Halloween specials from the shows you've never heard about, like Johnny Test and like.
I've seen that.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I've seen the Halloween special.
Johnny Test was so good, but like Carmen Sandiego was on there. Like, there was another show that I can't remember, but it was like this guy went to a house, and it was that's a bad summary. I'll tell you about it later. And by later, I mean tomorrow, because I'm about to go to bed after this.
Yeah,
Michael. I filmed this late at night. If you didn't know that.
Well,
you did look smart. Like a completely. That's a different.
I know it's a different. I know it's a different thing, but they take place around the same time, and
no, it's close.
They both involve like spirits and like the dead. They just look at them differently. While Halloween looks at them as like evil spirits, Day of the Dead looks at them as like spirits of like loved ones and stuff like that.
Just watch Coco.
That's actually
what I did watch Coco.
Michael's getting all his information from Pixar. That's where like the jack-o'-lantern came from. During Samhain, they would carve faces into like potatoes or turnips to ward off spirits. That's where the whole jack-o'-lantern thing comes. There weren't pumpkins, but they were close enough, I guess. But yeah, those were them trivia answers. Let's get some movie news from Braden.
Braden?
Thank
you, Braden.
Thank you,
Braden. All right, guys. Let's
hear those movie fanatics updates.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't really have anything. Braden, take it away.
Well, Brannick, what video? Isn't there a big surprise video that I believe came out yesterday at the time of posting this?
Oh, yeah. Also, guys, this is the first time I'm hearing about this, even though it's already out. So
you interrupted Braden. Thank you.
Rick.
Okay, Braden, thank you. He's planning on a big old thing. Anyway, yes. I hope, again, but technically, we're filming this before this comes out, but I don't see why this wouldn't come out, because it is basically done at this point. The big old, It's about around an hour long. The Shining Horrors magnum opus, probably released yesterday, I hope. If not, I'm sorry. Something went very wrong in the very last stage of development of this video, because at this moment, I have to film like 3 more minutes worth of footage and then edit it all together in like 2 seconds, because it's basically already done, and then put it up. But yeah,
Brandon's been working on this one for like a month.
Yeah, I have decided that I don't want to sit around and like film this and spend like 2 weekends just like all day, because the Wind in the Willows video was 25 minutes and it took like 8 hours from starting of filming to uploading. That doesn't even count scripting. Scripting, I was writing this video for like, I've been writing this video since like August to like the end of September. I did it little by little, so that doesn't really count. But yes, I started filming like September, like the last weekend of September, and then I just kind of took October and I was like, we're going to do this segment by segment. That's why I said, like, you think, how are you going to edit an hour-long video in 2 seconds? That's the key. You have all, I divided it up into 12 segments, and then I edited them all as like their own separate videos. And then tomorrow, as in Saturday, when this is going on, I will just take all 12 segments and then put it up. And there you go. That is, if something went wrong during that step, then there are very big problems, because that is the easiest part of the entire process. But yeah.
All right.
And like, I think other than that, I have no idea what my next plans are for things. I spent a month on this and forgot that I have to do more after that. Oh, I don't have to. This is all voluntary. So I could leave, right? I'm out of here.
We don't get paid for this. I don't
Thank
think.
you guys
Brandon, do you get paid
for
for
watching this or listening to, or doing whatever you did with this pod. Oh, sorry. Let me get this wacky little mask on. I guess it's appropriate. I hope you guys like, if you guys can't hear me, that's tough. So you know that I thank you for watching, and that I hope you have a great you had a great Halloween. You have a great rest of your All Saints Day. Your November 1st. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching all the episodes of the podcast. Thanks for 100 subs again. This has been like a week since this happened, but no, it's been like 2 weeks actually. It doesn't matter. But yes, we appreciate it all. I hope you have a happy Halloween. I hope you have a great rest of your little day. I hope the next few hours of your Monday are now a little happier. Actually, your next 1 hour of your Monday is just a little better, because you get to listen to us talk about dumb things. So that's it. I'm Brannick. This is Finnegan and Michael, and we're just straight up out of here at this point in time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Happy Halloween, everyone. All right.
Happy
bye.
Halloween.